Good morning and welcome to Saturday, April 18th, 2020. And today we're going to be talking about a crown of glory. And we'll be reading out of 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 4. And it reads, "And when the chief shepherd shall appear, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away." God rewards faithful obedience in His work. Today's text was written by Peter specifically for those men who answered God's call to pastor. These men were expected to genuinely care for the members of the church, just as a shepherd would care for his sheep. This requires pastors to maintain careful watch over the church, making sure the members are protected from spiritual forces of evil. God expects pastors to feed their churches a healthy diet of His Word and make sure everything the church does is in accordance with the purpose of the church to make disciples of all nations. Pastors should guard against impure motives, which include the desire for power, money, or accolades. Pastors must not abuse their position of authority or attempt to force members to obey through threatening behavior. Instead, pastors must live uprightly, demonstrating for the church and others an obedient and godly life. If a man lives up to God's expectation of a pastor, he will be rewarded with accolades from God when Christ returns. The principle of this text applies not only to pastors, but to everyone who obediently follows the will of God. Such humble living will not necessarily cause your fellow man to congratulate you. In fact, the person who obeys God's will for his or her life will likely live a quiet life serving others, rarely being noticed. However, you must never forget that God notices. He keeps track of everything you do for Him that no one else may see. As you live a humble life of obedience to God, never forget that when Christ returns, He will reward you for your faithful service to Him. And our final thought is, God's glory will never fade. Here on earth, we spend countless hours, if not days, weeks, months, training and practicing a certain skill set to be good at something. A runner will train for years to get their body in shape to win the race, to win the trophy, to win the prize. Every competition on earth, every athletic competition, those athletes strive forward day in and day out, pushing themselves to be bigger and stronger and better to get that prize at the end. But if you think about it, every earthly prize that you win, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, trying to achieve those things, but every one of those things, the trophies, the ribbons, even the money, all those things are still temporary. Over the time, they will break down. When you die, you don't take them with you. They are a temporal reward for your efforts. But here's the thing. Any effort that you make for God's work, for His service, not only will those go unnoticed by God, but the rewards you get for those efforts are eternal rewards. You will garnish rewards for those efforts forever and ever and ever. So those are the true objectives that every Christian should be striving for, to earn the rewards in eternity, not the temporary ones. So just something to think about. Hope you liked the devotion, and we'll catch y'all tomorrow. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.